cardio workout for you today. If you didn't get to see it yet, it is a whole lot of running and a whole lot of burpees and a whole lot of running and a whole lot more burpees. And Cricket's here to demo for me today and probably randomly bark in the middle of the video. She does that the best. So if you hear her barking, she'll stop, just ignore her. But like I was saying, you have a ton of running and a ton of burpees today. The actual workout is usually has 400-meter runs, but for our purposes, I went ahead and took it down to a 200-meter run for us. So the workout is for time. You've got a 200-meter run, 20 burpees. 200-meter run, 19 burpees. 200-meter run, 18 burpees, 200-meter run, 17 burpees, and all the way down till you've got 200-meter run and 1 burpee. And yes, it does sound like it's gonna take eternity, but we're all quarantined at home. So what do you have better to do, right? You can stop binge watching Tiger King for now and go ahead and hit this longer workout. I do have a modified version for those who are just starting out or need a little bit less volume workout. I put up one with a run and 10 burpees down to 1 instead of 20. That's a really great option to do if you're just starting out or need a little bit shorter workout for today. You can always scale the run down, or if you didn't have an ability to run out in your neighborhood or somewhere near you, you could always substitute that for jump roping or mountain climbers, which would be equally just as terrible. So you're gonna use the run today as your rest. I know that sounds completely counterintuitive, but the burpees are gonna take it out of you, and even if you go slow, it's gonna be tough. So go ahead, go pretty slow on the run, take your time, and put your main focus in the burpees. Okay, so because it's just running and burpees today, instead of doing a video demo of the burpee, which you guys all should know, we're instead going to do a stretching video. And I wanted you guys to have this just in case you are ever at home and you're super sore, and instead of working out, you're like, I really want to stretch, but I have no idea how. So I'm going to show you some good stretches today. I'm going to run through them with you so you'll know exactly how to time them. So that way, whenever you replay this video, you'll actually just stay with me. Okay, I'll do the whole stretches. I'll hold it for 30 seconds or however long I'm holding the stretch, and you'll just stay with me the entire time through the video. So I make it super, super easy. All right. I'm really excited for this video. Stretching is one of my favorite things. I love being flexible and just taking time to kind of tune into your body. So please join me today. So glad you're here. Have fun with the burpees later. Let me know how it goes. Yay. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the stretching. Couple of things you're gonna need today for the stretching workout. Just a yoga mat or something soft to stretch on, especially for your knees. If you're on a hardwood or concrete surface, it's gonna be really hard, some of the positions on your knees. So grab a towel, a blanket, a yoga mat, something, a kid's play mat, something that's gonna be soft that you can stretch on, okay? You're also gonna need some sort of a band or towel or jump rope or piece of rope or something like that. We're not gonna use it often, but we've got a hamstring stretch in today's workout that I want you to use a band with. I will show you without a band as well. If you cannot find anything at home to use, that's okay as well. But if you have something like a long towel or a band or a jump rope, go ahead and grab it, okay? So we're gonna start with doing 5 down dog, up dogs. These are really just gonna open up our shoulders and get our low back released. We've done a lot of low back stuff today. So we're gonna go ahead and start there. You can face me or face the side, it's up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and face the side so you can see what I'm doing, all right? So you're gonna start in a down dog position. Couple things here. Make sure your knees are bent, okay, as we're just starting out. Go ahead and press the hips to the sky and press the head through the arms, all right? You want a nice soft bend. Your goal is to try to get the heels close to the mat, but it's okay if they aren't touching, all right? You're in this good triangle shape. So go ahead and hold this. You can pedal out your feet, give yourself a little bit of movement. Good. Next, we're gonna take our hips to the ground and lift our chest. Go ahead, untuck your toes, push your shoulders down your back, and keep that chest nice and tall. We're gonna do that down dog, up dog, 4 more times, okay? Go ahead, tuck the toes, press back. Pedal out your feet. And up dog. Hips to the ground, untuck your toes. Make sure you keep that chest tall. That will probably be happening a lot more. Go ahead, tuck your toes, press back. Good, hips down, chest up. We've got 2 more. Tuck your toes, press back. Hips down, chest up. Good. Last time, tuck your toes, press back. Keep pressing that chest towards your knees. Make sure you breathe. Let that head relax. Shake it, yes. Good. Hips down, chest up. Good. Go ahead and come to your hands and knees. We're going to do a couple cat-cows. And a lot of this stuff you're going to hear from, if you've ever done yoga, a lot of the yoga classes I've been to, I tend to think about similar movements when we do it in class. And I think they're really great kind of cross-modal movements. So we're going to do cat-cow. You're going to think about dropping your belly to the ground, lifting your head, lifting your tailbone to the sky, breathing in, and then rounding your back to the sky, arching as much as you can, pressing into those hands, and exhaling. Again, breathe in, look up, tail up to the sky, and round. You can move around here as much as you want. Get a little movement. It does not have to be super stiff. Look up and back down, round. Look up. Good, round. Last one, up. And round. Beautiful. Next, we're going to take our toes underneath. You're going to pull back into down dog, and we're going to pull our left leg forward into spider. A couple things. I want your knee over your heel, okay? Make sure you can lift your toe. Your back leg is straight, and your hands are inside your knee, okay? So you're inside. Go ahead and flip it around. You stay where you're at. Your hands are inside that leg, okay? This is spider. Go ahead and hold it. Good. Next, I want you to go ahead and drop that knee to the ground, untuck your toe, and press forward in those hips. Keep your chest tall. Go ahead and stay in that position. Next, we're going to open up your foot to the side. It's going to look like this. You're going to take that foot to the side, or as much as you can do, and you're going to get a nice stretch through your hip, continuing to press those hips, that hip flexor, this side, to the ground, lifting that chest. If you want a little extra stretch here, you can come down to your forearms, okay? This is going to give you a really great stretch through this hip, all right? So your back leg is on the ground. Your front foot is open, and you're in that good spider stretch still, okay? On those forearms or on your hands, it's up to you. This is not full pigeon yet, okay? We're not there. We're still just opening up that hip. Go ahead, press back into your hands. Replace that foot on the ground. Keep your back leg on the floor, and you're gonna extend that front leg, okay? So you should feel this in your front hamstring. If you need to stay here, go ahead and stay here, trying to point your nose towards your toes. If you're a little bit more flexible and can come down over that leg a little bit more and then come and fold forward, that's where I want you. Wherever you're gonna feel this really good hamstring stretch in your front leg. You can be up or down, it's up to you. Good. Go ahead and press back up into that front leg. Plant those hands in front and take both legs back to a plank, okay? You're in that good plank position. Now you're gonna bring your right foot forward into that spider stretch. I'm gonna turn a little bit so you can see me. Remember, knee needs to be directly over the heel. I do not want you forward in that toe, okay? It puts your knee in a bad position. So pull that knee back, make sure it's a 90-degree angle, and that back leg is up. Hands are on the inside of that front foot. Hold here. Let's go ahead and set that knee gently down. Untuck your foot. We're gonna lift the chest and keep pressing the hip flexor to the ground. Next, we're gonna take that foot open just like we did on the other side. You can hold it here, staying on your hands, getting that stretch through your hip, or if you want more of a stretch, you can come down to your forearms. It's up to you. Whatever feels best. Good. Come back up onto your hands if you come down to your forearms. Replace that foot flat, okay? You're gonna push through this front heel. You're going to bend at your back knee, coming down over that front foot. Now remember, you're trying to get the nose to the toes, keeping that back flat and keeping this front leg straight or as straight as you can. If this is as far as you can go, stay there. If you can drop yourself down a little bit more, go ahead, and then you can take your nose towards your knee, whatever feels best for you, okay? However you get that good stretch in that front hamstring. Good. Go ahead, come back up, okay? You're gonna return to your plank position, except this time go ahead and shove your butt back into down dog so your butt is nice and high. Hopefully you're feeling those heels getting a little bit closer to the ground in that down dog. And now I want you to take 10 planks and touching your elbow. So it's gonna look like this. You're gonna take your right hand, you're gonna touch your ankle of the left leg, and then you're gonna come down into a plank. Push back, touch your other ankle with your left hand, plank. Back to the left, plank, right, plank. Okay, go ahead and join me. We're gonna do 8 more of those, 4 on each side. Again, just getting good movement through that hamstring. Good. We've got 2 more on each side. Touch, plank, touch, plank. 2 more. Plank, touch, and plank. Good. Okay, go ahead and let's roll it to the ground. And now is where you're gonna need your band. So take a second and go ahead and grab it. Okay, now that you have your band or your towel or whatever you're using for this movement, we're gonna lay on our back, okay? You're gonna take that band and you're gonna wrap it around your foot on the right and take that left leg straight. Okay, so your left leg is out straight, your right foot is up to the air, and you're using that band to pull that foot towards you, okay? You can have a soft knee in your leg if that feels better. Okay, you're trying to get that good hamstring stretch. If you can have a straight leg, that's fine as well. Okay, so we're just gonna hold it. Make sure you breathe. Those of you with really tight hamstrings, this is gonna be a really intense stretch for you. So make sure you're breathing. Go ahead and let's bend your knee for a second. Come off tension. Good, and stretch it back out. Try to see if you can pull it towards you a little bit more. Good. Next, we're going to take that leg, band in one hand, and you're going to stretch it to the side, okay? So you can go as far or as close as you want on this leg. You can stay high, you can go all the way down. It's up to you. Try to keep those hips level on the ground and try to keep pulling on that band to get a good stretch through that leg, okay? You can bend your knee if you need as well. It's up to you. Next, we're going to take that same leg, that same band, and we're going to cross it over us, okay? So your bottom leg will turn a little bit. You should again feel this through the hamstring. This won't be as high as your other one. It's going to be more to 90-degree angle. Take your right arm out to the ground and look towards that right side. Good. Come back to the middle and release. Good. So we're going to take a second just to kind of let that leg come back to normal. That's a really hard stretch for your hamstrings. We're actually going to do 10 bridge ups while we're waiting. Okay? We're about to do the other side. I did not forget, I promise. But let's go ahead and do some bridge ups while we wait. So your hands are behind you. Your feet are pretty close to your booty, okay? If this is hard on your wrists, go ahead and turn your hands out so your fingertips are away from you. Whatever feels best to you. And you're gonna press into those heels, getting those hips to the sky and leaning that head back. We're gonna hold and come back down. Good, we're gonna do 4 more of those. Back up, back with the head. Try to get that booty to the sky. And down. Good. Remember, you're pressing through your heels, not your toes. Keeping those arms straight, getting a good stretch through the shoulders and chest. And down. Good. 2 more. And up. Good. Down. We've got 1 more. And up. And down. Beautiful. Good. Shake out those arms. Grab your band. We're going to go back to the other leg with our hamstring stretch. okay? So, left foot in the band this time, right leg is straight out, and you're gonna pull that leg towards you just like we did on the other side. If you don't have a band and you're just gonna hold onto your leg, that's fine as well. You can grab underneath the quad, or if you can grab closer to the calf, either way. The band just makes it a little bit easier. So if you don't have a band, don't worry about it. Just hold on to that leg as best you can, okay? Remember that bottom leg is straight, that leg is out in front. You're giving a slight tug on it, but not a lot, okay? We're not trying to hurt the hamstring here. We're just getting a good stretch. Go ahead and come off tension for a second. Take a couple breaths. And then press back up. Good. See if you can pull it any closer to you. Good. Next, you're going to take that band into one hand and you're going to let your foot fall out to the side. I'm not going to go all the way down so you can still hear me, but remember, you're using that band to get that leg up close to your face, and you're trying to keep that leg as straight as you can with that bottom leg flat, okay? We're going to hold it here, pulling towards you. If you need to bend your knee, you can, as long as you're getting a good stretch in that hamstring. Good. Next, you're going to take that same leg in the band and you're going to go straight across from you. Go ahead and keep that left arm out and face your head towards the left. Trying to keep that leg nice and straight in that 90-degree angle. It's a good twist, not only for your back, but also that good hamstring stretch. Okay? Good. Go ahead and come back to the middle. Release that leg. Shake it out for a second. Hopefully now it's feeling a little bit more even. We're going to go ahead and do 5 more bridge ups for our shoulders. Plant those feet underneath you. Put your hands either out or in, depending on what feels best for you. And take those hips to the sky, leaning that head back if it feels okay. And getting a big deep breath, and then taking that that booty to the floor. 4 more of those. Back up. And down. Good. Up. Down. Good. 2 more. Up. Down. Beautiful. Last one. Up. And down. Good. Okay, that's for our shoulders and chest. It's a really good stretch for those. Next, we're gonna do pigeon on both legs. This is gonna be a movement you see a ton in yoga, but it really helps to stretch out the hip and the booty. If you cannot do a pigeon on the ground like I'm about to show you, you're actually going to do a seated figure 4. So let's go on the left leg first. Your right leg is down. Your left leg is going to be in a figure 4, and you're going to try to pull that heel towards you while also pressing that knee out slightly. So this is going to be your modification for pigeon if you're not going to join us in pigeon on the ground. Either way, you're still going to get a good stretch where you need it, okay? So for pigeon, you're going to take, let's start on the left, you're going to take that leg in a 90-degree angle, and that back leg is going to be straight out. I'm going to go ahead and turn a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So left leg is in a 90-degree angle, or as close as I can get it, and my back leg is straight. What I don't want to do is sit on the side on my butt, okay? Notice how this turned my hips, and I'm really not getting a stretch where I need to. So make sure you're squared up in those hips, your chest is tall, and you've got a good flex to this foot. Your back leg is straight, or as straight as you can get it. While we're here, you can stay nice and tall. You can come down to your forearms, or some of you who are pretty strong in pigeon may come all the way down. It's up to you, whatever feels most comfortable. But while we're here, make sure to take some deep breaths and try to release tension where you're holding it. Maybe you're holding it in your lower half, try to release. If you're holding it in your shoulders, try to release. Maybe you're holding on to your breath because this is a hard stretch for you. Try to breathe, okay? All really good things to think about. Good. Let's go ahead and place our hands on the ground. Tuck that back toe. Take that foot back into your down dog. Pedal out your feet just here for a second to try to get those legs feeling back to normal. And we're gonna bring that right leg forward into pigeon this time. Again, making sure you're nice and squared in those hips, that I'm not sitting back on my booty, okay? I'm nice and square, my chest is tall. You can come down to your forearms or go all the way down. I didn't mention this on the other side, but you could always, if you wanted a quad stretch here, pull your foot up. This is kind of an advanced movement, so if you struggle with a tight quad, I don't know if I would do that off the bat, but if you feel really comfortable in that position, go ahead, stay tall, and go ahead and pull that toe up and get a good quad stretch while you're at it, okay? Up to you. Keep breathing, try to release that tension in the parts of your body that you're holding on to it. Cricket's just crunching over there on her bone. Good. Push into those hands. Take that foot back into your down dog. Pedal out those feet. Oops. I'm gonna tie my shoe. You keep pedaling out your feet. Good. Go ahead and come down to the middle. Next, we're gonna go into our squat stretch. This is gonna get a really good stretch for our ankles and our hips. Your goal on this stretch is to try to stay in your heels, to not go to your toes like I'm sitting here right now. It's not really great for your knees. So go ahead and stand tall. Come down into your squat as low as you can go. You're gonna try to press your knees out with your elbows. You're gonna move around in this position. Notice how my heels are firmly planted on the ground. I'm not forward on my toes, so set those heels down. You can always put your hands on your feet and move around here, pressing your knees out one at a time, getting a really good stretch for those ankles. We're gonna release for a second. Go ahead and come tall, forward hang, release your head. Good, back down. Lift that chest again. You can move around if you need to. This feels really good for me. We did a lot of deadlifts yesterday, so I'm pretty sore through my lower half. We're gonna extend again. Good. Get that good forward hang. Let that head relax. Try not to hold tension in it. Sway from side to side. Hands back on the feet. Chest is tall. Good. This time, we're gonna go ahead and shove that elbow into the left side and take your right arm to the sky. So getting a quick little twist. Good, hand down, elbow into the right, left arm to the sky. Good, switch 2 more times. Elbow, hand. Good, elbow, hand to the sky, look up. 1 more time on each side, elbow to the sky. Good, last time, elbow to the sky. Good, plant those hands down, come to a forward hang. I'm gonna turn a little bit so you can see me. Go ahead and release your neck. Grab opposite elbows and just hang out here for a second. This is my favorite one. Good, beautiful. And the very last one we're gonna do is seated. This is hard for some people. It's going to require that your legs cross. I'm a little bit more flexible in my hips so I can get all the way across, but some of you may be a little bit tall, and that's okay. So first, you're gonna take your right leg and thread it under your left and point your knee towards me, okay? Then you're gonna take your left leg, cross it on the other side, and try to stack your knees. Some of us might be here, that's okay. If you can get that knee all the way flat, that's even better. Do what you can here. Once you get those knees as crossed as they can, if they are pretty close to being together, let's go ahead and fold forward over those legs, and you should feel it in that, let's see, what is this, left side, in that glute. Some of you may just be sitting tall with those legs crossed, and that's okay too. Wherever you're at, just accept it. Also, one side is always going to be a little bit more flexible than the other. So maybe your right side you can't get all the way over, but your left side you can. That's okay. Good. Let's go ahead and release, untwist those legs, take a second. This time the left leg is going to go down first, knee pointing towards me. Right leg is going to be over. See, for this side, it's a little bit tighter for me. I can't get my knees as close. For you, it might be better. It just depends on how your body's feeling. Once you get those knees down, go ahead and come over the legs. Good, and release. Awesome. Well, there you guys have it. My stretching for today. That was a lot of lower body stretches just because we've done a ton of lower body this week at Revel. I will be putting out a shoulder stretching video next week, so make sure you tune into that one. And I hope you guys are stretching at home. I hope you're staying motivated. Make sure to check in on social or the Wodify app so I know that you guys are getting your stuff done, and make sure to be part of our Zoom. Our next Zoom is Saturday morning at 9. So I'm so glad you guys are here with me, and have a great Thursday.